In this video, I will explain recess safety while also demonstrating some do's and don'ts. First off is staying hydrated. This is important because if you're dehydrated, that is a major safety issue. So if you're red in the face or feeling out of breath, let a teacher know so you can get some water and get back to having some fun. I will now demonstrate how you are to treat the equipment and potential hazards that can come up at the playground. This is an example of how not to grab equipment. It is dangerous and someone could get hurt. This is the correct way to get equipment. Notice how we are walking. This is how you will always do it so nobody gets hurt. The correct way to enter the Gaga ball pit is through the door. No other way is acceptable. If you enter the pit like this, you risk injury but will also receive a timeout. It is important to use the equipment correctly, as you may risk injury as well as damaging equipment. Damaging equipment is bad because then you can't play with it anymore. The playground is not a place for horseplay like these few examples. You risk major injury as well as damaging the playground, which will make part of it off limits. Horseplay and using the equipment incorrectly will result in a timeout. Here are a few examples of how to use the equipment correctly. Notice I am about to throw the frisbee as intended, and I am about to throw the football like a football. When playing with equipment that involves throwing and catching, it is important to always make sure who you are throwing to has eyes on you and is ready and paying attention. If you throw to someone who isn't ready, you risk injury, and that may hurt someone's feelings. Other than playing kickball, it is important that when kicking the ball, it stays on the ground. Otherwise, you may hit someone with the ball, which will hurt. Drop kicking is unacceptable as the ball may injure someone or lose the equipment. It is also important to use equipment in its proper setting. For example, the basketball court is for basketball, and the Gaga pit is for Gaga ball. Stay away from gravel when passing a ball back and forth. It is also important to look out for fire ant mounds before playing so you don't get bit. You also want to leave the geese alone as they are wild animals, so they are unpredictable. Lastly, here is how you are not to return equipment. These examples are dangerous and may also damage the equipment. When returning equipment, you are to walk to the cart and place the item in gently. Those are all the major rules for recess. Now you are ready to participate safely. Go have fun out there, Seahawks.